Okay, so this is a brand new scene. I have a game object right here called sprite underscore I outer, and two objects right here, which are the children of this object right here. This is a sprite, and it is a circle sprite. The center I reference is placed at 0, 0, 0 inside, and the scale can be anything. It can be 1 as well. So let me just put it back to 1. And this is 0.25. I think the actual scale is 1, so I'll put it back in. This is 0.25, 0.25 inside of the sprite underscore I outer, and the sprite underscore I outer is at scale 4, 4. The sprite underscore I inner is right now, it is black, so that's the reason why you can see it. So this is the arrangement. The main camera is just the main camera right there. I can reduce the far distance just to optimize it further. So we have a main camera, we have a game object called sprite underscore I outer, and then we have center underscore I reference, and then sprite underscore I inner. And this is at 4, 4 scale, and this is at 0.25 inside of this object, and this is just an empty game object which you're using for reference. And inside of on the sprite underscore I outer, we have testing eye movement using sprites. This is a script which I've placed inside of my scripts folder, and this is to test some of the scripts that the client has given to me. So over here I've got testing scripts. I dragged and dropped this script into the inspector right here. I'll go and click edit script. So once we are over here, we can basically take a look at the script right here. I'm just going to make sure that all of these are disabled. Inside of the script, we have a transform I object for movement. We have a transform I center reference transform. We have a game object inner I sprite, and we have a float distance allowed to move from center. And these are passed in the inspector. So the eye movement isn't been passed yet. I'm just going to pass it over here. And this is basically what is required. And the I object for movement is the sprite underscore I outer. The center I reference is the center I reference object right here. And the sprite inner is that black dot that you see over here. And the distance allowed to move is at 1.5. And you can change it if you have got eyes which are smaller or bigger. So it's really your choice. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm going to go back to the script, and over here you can see this right here. I'm using Unity's new input system. So this is for getting the WASD keys, and this is the code for that. Next we have this right here, which is required for movement. So this code is basically is for testing. You probably want to use Unity's input system properly to get your character moving, but this is just for testing. Then we have this code right here, which is to get the position in the mouse, position of the mouse in the world. So again, this code is just like if the D key is pressed, then it's basically, if the D key is pressed, then the value of this will be 1. If the A key is pressed, then this is going to be -1. If vertical movement, if W is pressed, it's going to be 1. And if S is pressed, then it's going to be -1. This is just a very simple code. It's just going to take this vector value and add to the position of I object for movement. So this is a very simple way to move things in Unity. This is something that you will be using throughout your career. Then we have this right here. This is the new method to get the mouse position in the world. Instead of using input.mouse position, you can use mouse.current.position.readValue. Then you have this right here, which is going to take the distance between center and mouse. So we will get the mouse position in world, which also has mouse position in world .z set to 0, because we don't want this to have any other value other than 0, because we do not want this to be behind the camera in any case. So the mouse position which we will pass to move the eye, we don't want it to have any value at z, so that's why this is 0 right now. Once we have the distance between the center and mouse, we are going to use this if statement right here. So if the distance between center and mouse dot magnitude is less than distance allowed to move from center, which means you're within the bounds of the outer eye, you can see it over here. If you're within the bounds of the outer eye, then you want to immediately snap this black circle to the mouse position. But if you're not, then you want to get the direction from center to mouse. So you're going to get the mouse position that is in the world minus that to the eye center reference transform dot position dot normalize. So you get the direction. So you're going to basically get the direction from the center. So if the mouse is here, then the direction is going to be here. But when you say dot normalize, you're basically normalizing it, so it's the value is never more than 1. Or the combined value is always 1. So this is what's going to happen. So if I'm moving the mouse, this from the center to the mouse direction is going to be given by this line of code right here. Then you have corner point of circle, which is basically us adding the eye center reference transform dot position. We'll plus that with the direction from center to mouse, and then the distance allowed to move from center. So essentially what we're doing is we are taking the center, we are adding the direction, which can be anywhere, and we're also multiplying that. I believe we're multiplying that. Yes, we're multiplying that with the distance that we're allowed to cover. So if there is a distance, let's say for 1.5, we have 1.5 right here. So 1.5 is going to make us give us a position over here across the along the edges of the eye. So this is how it's working. And then of course we're just going to, instead of passing the mouse position in world, we're going to pass the corner point of circle. So this is what we're going to do. If I click play right here, you'll see that we are moving. We will move and the bounds is never going to be left. This is also good if you want to make a gamepad. So you can see I'm moving, but the eye is never leaving the bounds of the circle. Hopefully this will help you. If you wish to support me, please consider getting a game created from me. I am a professional video game developer and I operate as a service provider. I operate mainly on the platforms that you'll find in the description. And also, if you want to support me otherwise, you can take a look at my affiliate links, click one of them, buy a product if you like one of the products, or you can also, if you're interested in becoming a freelance game developer, I have a course. So I have a course that I sell on Udemy. You can basically support me that way. So if you want to support me, please either buy my course. I'll teach you how to become a freelance game developer. You can order a game from me, which I offer my services on various platforms. You can my main platform, you'll find it in the description. It's basically Fiverr. And you can also click one of my affiliate links if you wish to support me that way. Thank you very much.